Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, the other day I announced and asked people what they think we should do for our Alaska June cruise for the channel, the group cruise going. And so far, the vast majority of people have said, yeah, you know what, good idea. Let's move it to 2022. So I thought I'd go over a little bit about the ship, the itinerary, what we're doing, and find out if anybody else would like to join us. Because you never know, things could be much better by then. This year our cruise is set for June 5th on the Royal Princess northbound out of Vancouver. 7-day Alaska cruise. I love the Royal Princess and I was looking forward to it. All signs are pointing to that it's either not going to go at all or it's going to be a very limited experience. For instance, you probably will not be able to tour the towns. You'll only have to stick on certain excursions. The trains may not be running when you're down there. The lodges will be closed. They will limit the amount of people on the ships and the entertainment possibly as well, depending on the type that you're looking for, like live dances and classrooms just might be a thing of the past in Alaska going forward. Puppies in the Piazza is a big thing where they bring in little, dog sled team puppies and huskies, and everyone loves that. They line up for hours to get ready to see and take pictures with the puppies. That probably won't happen because of the restrictions. So things like that just limits the experience. So we started looking and it looks like we're going to move everybody over. If we haven't reached you yet, or you haven't sent me an email, if you sent me an email, don't worry, we got it. We are looking at them, and anybody that I don't see who's on the cruise, I will contact in time to book you, don't worry. But if you're thinking of maybe, hey, you'd like to join us for the Alaska cruise, let me first tell you a little bit about the ship. First of all, it's the Majestic Princess. It is a newer Royal class ship, and it was designed specifically for an Asian cruise market. That's what they designed it for. Now, as it turned out, it didn't seem to be the kind of cruise that was selling very well in Asia. It ended up selling much better in Australia and ended up spending a lot of time there sailing her waters. So they have decided, they brought her in to dry dock and they did some renovations on it and they made it more North American feel, and now it is going to be replacing the Royal Princess on the Alaska cruises in 2022 out of Vancouver. So we're getting the same class ship, newer ship. So we're going to leave Vancouver, we're going to go to Ketchikan, Skagway, and Juneau before ending our cruise in Whittier. So you can fly out up there and you fly home. Now, some people are choosing to either go and do a lodge tour up there, spend a couple days afterwards at some of the Princess Lodges. We're hoping and praying that they will be open in 2022. And not only that, some people are just going to do a back-to-back. They're going to stay on the ship and return back to Vancouver. So they're going to get the experience twice in both directions. And that's what I did 2 years ago. And I absolutely loved doing that. It's such a relaxing trip. And getting to go to multiple ports in Alaska and Glacier Bay twice and College Ford twice is a great experience. So I highly recommend anyone who wants to do that. That's a pretty darn good trip. It also makes your flights much easier when you're flying into one city and out of the same city. It's easier to arrange your flights as well. Plus, the flights flying out of Vancouver are cheaper than the flights flying out of Anchorage and Whittier area. So that's just a hint and a tip. Now, the Majestic Princess has the basic same designs as the Royal class ship, except it also has some new restaurants on board. Normally, you'll have the grill for the steakhouse and everything, but you'll also have an Italian restaurant. And this ship has a French bistro on it, as well as a lobster dim sum restaurant as well. And then they're just a couple more dining experiences on this ship that you wouldn't have gotten on the Royal Princess. And I can't wait to try them because I've never tried the lobster dim sum place and I've never tried the bistro yet. So those are restaurants that even I haven't tried on Princess Market yet. So I can't wait to do that. One of the big reasons I love the Royal Class ship is lots of deck space. Now, however, this one has a little less deck space in the rear of the ship than a lot of the other cruise lines do. The Royal Class do, because they have a covered pool. So a lot of people know when you go to Alaska, very few people end up in the pools during an Alaska cruise. It's not overly cold. I spent my entire time in a t-shirt and I had a little, like a sweater vest on that I took off and on depending on where I was and how the wind was blowing. So the weather can be rainy and things like that, but generally in June, July, the weather's pretty nice, actually. 70 degrees in some cases, 70, 75 degrees. So it's not minus 20 in Alaska all the time. So they have the covered pool up there, so you can still go and relax in the pool area, be covered, protected from the wind at night when it gets chillier. Absolutely beautiful. They also have the fountain show out front, where up on top deck, it's a big space in the middle. During the day, they will set out lounge chairs and that on that spot where you can look and watch the mountains go by and all the scenery, and it gives you more deck space up. But at night, they take the deck chairs down and they do a fountain show. And it's different themed music. One night it'll be like Sinatra. Another night it'll be Michael Jackson. So a very wide variety and a different light show every night. And how cool is that going to be sitting up on deck with the mountains in the background, watching a fountain show, listening to music and echoing off the mountainsides. That sounds absolutely super enjoyable to me. They're also going to have movies under the stars as well, which Princess is well known for. The big, huge screen up top. You sit up. They'll have a new movie every night. Family-friendly movies, Marvel movies, you name it. They're going to have different types of movies up there. Fairly new run in a lot of cases, or very popular. You get your popcorn up on deck, curl up in a blanket, and sit and watch a movie under the stars, under the peaceful skies of Alaska. Sounds great. Another thing I'm really looking forward to is the Majestic Entertainment. It's a new show that I haven't seen yet. So that is something I'm looking forward to, because the last two Princess cruises I've been on, they've upped their game in both the shows. So I can't wait to see what the Majestic Princess does now that she's sailing into North America and the new shows she's going to be bringing. So new entertainment. They've kept the karaoke on board. You can rent a room and have a party with your friends with karaoke. And yes, in 2022, you should be able to gather in that room and have a party for people. One thing I was worried about our group cruise this time is we normally have a cocktail party. We normally have 150 to 200 people will show up to these things. And we put them, get the big bar rented and we keep out the room for an hour or so. That probably wouldn't have happened in June. We probably would have just lost that. So another reason to move the cruise. So great dining experiences that I'm looking forward to. I know the shows are going to be absolutely fantastic. The ship is beautiful. It has a ton of balconies for the best views of Alaska going through Glacier Bay. You don't have to be up on top deck, but if you do, you will hear all the experts up there talking about, where the animals are, and they're spotting eagles for you. They're spotting whales, and they're looking for brown bears, and they are spotting all the animals, and they point them out to you so you know where they are on the ship. And you can also hear that in your stateroom if you turn on the TV to a certain channel. You can play it in your stateroom while sitting on the balcony looking for what they're bringing up. Plus, they bring up all sorts of history and interesting things from the area. One of the big things I also like on Princess is when you go during the day, they'll often have like on sea days, they'll have experts come in and they'll talk about the Alaskan gold rush, and they'll talk about different things in Alaska that you might not have known about. So a little bit of history. They're very entertaining and they're fun to listen to during a sea day when you're just trying to plan out your day. So here we go. Great entertainment, very good ship. Dining looks spectacular. Things should be back to normal. Alaska should be opened up, as normal. So a much better idea to sail. So when are we going? We're going on June 4th, 2022, out of Vancouver to Whittier. And again, if you wanted to do back-to-back, we can. I probably will be doing back-to-back, and anyone who wants to stay on board and join me for a second cruise, you're more than welcome. That's not a problem. So if you're interested, my email address will be down below. Please, please, please send me some information in your email, because I literally will get about 1,000 to 2,000 emails after this video asking about that cruise. And if you're just saying, so how much is the cruise? How much is this? We will never get through 1,000 people in time to book whoever's doing it. So what I will do is I will put a link in the description down below to the cruise. You can just go on it, you click on the link, it shows you the cruise. It's Princess's own website, and you can then look around, see what the prices are, see what the cabins are like, a little bit about the excursions and that. And then if you're interested, you can email me at the email address down below. Please send me specific information. The names of those who would like to go, your mailing address, a phone number where we can reach you, and the type of cabin you'd like. Don't just say, my name is Joe Francis, and my wife and my child and I would like to go. Our address is this. Well, I can't book your wife and child. I need your names in order to reserve. I'm not going to spend any of your money. All I'm going to do is I will reserve you a cabin during the reduced deposit sale, which is also fully refundable, that we're going to have in a couple weeks. And I will book everybody on the same day. Then we will contact you. We will tell you, here's where you are. Here's the prices. Are you interested? Yes or no. If you're not interested, it gets canceled. Boom. No money down, no nothing. You haven't signed nothing. If you're interested, that's when we get deposit information. And you will see the bookings in your email from Princess, so you know it's not a scam. You can ask a lot of people on this channel who have cruised with me or booked through me. It's not a scam. Again, no credit cards, nothing like that. Do not send me any of that kind of information, please. Just names who would be going, address, mailing address, so I know what part of the country you're living from. And if you have a Princess number, if you sailed with Princess, if you could include that, that would be terrific. And then your phone number. A phone number is so important because not everyone reads their emails every day. And like I said, I will get 1,000 to 2,000 emails by the end of this weekend after putting this video up. And it's almost impossible to get through them all. So if I see people who say they're interested, we automatically put you in to book. And then we work on it. Get through all the emails. That's why I'm putting links in, and you can check out the cruise for yourself and see if you're truly interested. Like I said, the deposit's going to be reduced. It's going to be fully refundable. There's no risk. I'm not even going to ask you for money. You just need to give me that information so we can get things done. Well, there you go. That's the group cruise. It looks like it's being moved, and if I haven't reached out to you yet, I will before we change everything over. And until next time, well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I know it went on and on and on. I just had a lot of information to try and get out there. I'll do a more detailed video on the Majestic Princess coming up soon. And yeah, until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation. And hey, why not vacation with us in 2022?